YouTube, it's been a minute, but I'm coming on today to show you a chicken pot pie noodle skillet. So I'm going to get started really quickly as my water is boiling out of my pot because I got to get the noodles in the water. So right here in this pan, I'm just going to put some olive oil in to cook and get that heated up. So for this dish, you're going to need some noodles. I'm using today the mini farfalle. I have right here chopped up already my onions and bell peppers. You don't have to do it, but that's just what I do. You can exclude it. I already have my chicken prepped and ready to go. Not pictured here is a bag of peas and carrots and a bag of corn frozen. And then I'm also going to be putting in here some mushrooms and then heavy cream, and you're gonna need garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper. Alright, so let me get my noodles in so they can start boiling while I'm doing the rest of this. And you can make as much, little or a lot of noodles as you desire. I'm going to set that to the side. This is getting hot, and I'm going to point you guys down as much as possible. I don't know if you guys can really see too well. That's a little bit better. Okay, so my oil is pretty much hot. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the bell peppers and onions in here so these can start cooking out. And right now, so that my skillet gets hot pretty quickly, the oil gets hot pretty quickly, I have this set to high. And now I'm just going to set this to the side because in a little while I'm going to chop up some mushrooms. You're okay, love. Do you want some more crackers? What did you do with your cookie? You threw it on the floor. So now this is going. Give this a stir, and I'm going to season this with some salt and some pepper. It's like weird when you touch pepper and it feels like it's stuck to your finger. Alright, while this is continuing to soften, I don't want it to start burning, we're now going to add in the chicken. And I use 2 chicken breast cubes that I cubed up, just so you guys know. Set that to the side, delicious. And now we're going to season this in. And you can add in paprika, you can do bouillon, you can do whatever you want with this. You can do broth. I don't have any broth right now, so that's why I'm just using what I have. And doing what using the ingredients I have instead of running out to the store. I'm going to add in some more pepper and salt. Alright, so no more salt because I forget that this thing has holes on the side, and they're probably supposed to be used to shake this, but me being me, I'm not using it for that. So we're gonna let this chicken continue to cook, and I'm gonna wash off my knife and cutting board real fast so I can chop some mushrooms. Be right back, everybody. I need to get a hand towel so I can dry some stuff off. Alright. So, noodles are boiling. Dry this off. Alright, everybody. So the next thing, we're going to chop up these mushrooms, and I'm going to just use the same bowl to set the chopped mushrooms in that I use for the chopped onions and peppers. Just so that when it's time to add these in, it's easier to add them in because they're already chopped and in the container, and I don't got to worry about dropping and making a big old mess. So, just right here, chopping these real quick. So you're not going to see it on camera that I'm chopping these. You're just going to know that I'm chopping these. Okay. And then you'll see them when I put them in. So something that I'm going to do, because my noodles are like halfway done, I'm just shutting off the water to my noodles, and I'm going to let them just sit in the boiling water to finish up without the water being on. And then in a few minutes, I'm going to give this another stir, and then I'm going to bring out the frozen peas and carrots and frozen corn to incorporate into the pan. Now, one thing I want to tell you is you can use canned. You don't have to use frozen. You can use fresh if you have fresh. It's all what you have on hand to make your meal. And I'm just roughly chopping the mushrooms. They're not uniform and perfect. They're just quick chop, just to have them done and ready to go. So I got these in my bowl. Now I'm going to set this to the side. Give this another stir. And let me go get my corn and season it. So we're going to add some of this in. About half a bag. So there's that, it's in. Mix this around. Okay. Now the next thing is we're gonna put some water into this pan. I hear you can do how much cooking real quick and then she's gonna do it. I really love that. Okay, so about a cup of water, and then we're gonna also put in about a cup of milk and some heavy cream. So some milk. And then some heavy cream. Give this a stir. And this will come up to a boil. Cream. I put it in the freezer to make sure it was chilled all the way because the container on the outside felt warm. Okay, so I'm going to just add in the cream. I'm going to just use the whole container just because I know I will not use the rest of the container for anything else because I don't have anything else on the menu to use cream. Okay, so we give this a stir. Let this come up to a boil. Let me get a spoon to taste this real quick. Just because I want to see where the seasoning's at. It needs some seasoning. Okay. So again, the same seasonings, and then I'm gonna add in just a little bit of what is that, turmeric? Something like that. I'll show you in a minute what it's going to be. Just to add in just a nice, gentle flavor. And we're just going to shake the pepper in here just because I don't feel like trying to get it out with my fingers and then it's a lot. Okay, pepper's in there. The hole at. Oh, here we are. There's the hole for the salt. Some salt. Close that up. We're gonna give this a stir real quick. Get the seasoning incorporated in there. You can add, also you can add cheese in this if you want cheese. I'm not adding any cheese today, but you can. It's an option. Yes, turmeric is way up here. All right. And then just a little bit of turmeric. I hope you can see that. There you go. Just a little bit, just a light color and flavor. I mean, turmeric's not that exciting, but trust me, when you add it in there, it'll be delicious. Okay, give this a stir. Waiting for this to come back up to a boil to start, you know, coming together. And while we're doing that, I'm also going to add in my mushrooms. Excuse me. The mushrooms in there. Okay. And it's still on high, so it should be coming to a boil soon. The seasoning is good on this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here too while we're waiting for it to come to a boil. We're going to add in our noodles. Let me just strain it over here real quick. Just throw our noodles in, and it will thicken. If it doesn't get thick enough for you, you can do a little cornstarch or potato starch slurry to make it thicker. Just waiting for this to come up to a quick boil. Hopefully it's pretty soon. Normally the stove works pretty quickly, but today it's taking its time. Yeah, it's red. It's trying to. As I add in each item, I check the seasoning just to make sure it's okay. I'm gonna add in just a little bit more onion and garlic powder. Maybe just a little more turmeric too. I'm gonna come get you, love bug. Yes, my bug. I hear you. She's ready to go back to sleep. She's letting me know, Mama, I'm tired. Where is the pepper? There we go. Just a little more pepper. I want to make sure that the seasoning is good. So even though I say just a little bit of this or a little bit of that, just make sure you're adjusting accordingly. See, now that this is all together in one pot, it's not so watery, and it's trying to come up to a boil to thicken, because we still got to cook the peas, the corn, the carrots, and the mushrooms. So it's just going to boil just a little bit. All right. Oh yeah, that's good. Right on, bud. Alright, so let me get some of this stuff put away. And I'm going to bring a bowl while we're waiting for that to boil. And then I'll have a bowl ready to present it to you guys so you can see what it looks like. You know what? I think I am going to put just a little bit of cheese in here. bought this Parmigiano Reggiano from Costco, and yes, I know I can shred it myself. I have some in there that I shred and use for homemade chicken Alfredo, but I have this in my fridge and I need to use it, so I'm gonna just put some of this in here and use it up. And I'm not gonna put a lot just because even this cheese is kind of salty and I don't want to overdo it on the salt. We're going to get this stirred in. No, don't touch, baby. It's hot. That's hot. Don't touch. Don't touch, please. I'm just stirring it to make sure that all the cheese is mixed in. That it's trying to come up to a boil. Oh yeah, so it's almost ready. The mushrooms, I'm actually gonna just plate some up to show you guys what it looks like in a plate. But I mean, it's pretty much done. Just because I want you guys to see it and I don't want you to be waiting like a super long time. Plus I have a little one here that really needs me right now, and she's ready to go back to sleep, so. Alrighty, everybody. So this is what it looks like. Let me turn on this light right here and bring you guys down to the level. Look at that deliciousness. This is chicken pot pie noodle skillet. It is a little bit soupy, but that's okay because we all know when we eat chicken pot pie, it has juice. So I hope you guys try this out. Make it how you want. Use whatever vegetables you want. Thicken it up more if you want. It's all in how you like your food. I'm gonna let what's in my pan finish boiling up, so to make sure all the vegetables and stuff are done, I just wanted to show you real quick what it looked like, so you don't have to be waiting for a really long time for it to thicken up and do all that. But you guys get the gist of what it's supposed to look like. I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you try it out. I hope you enjoy it. You guys have a great evening and stay blessed. Bye.